Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of my best at the drugstore for 2018. Happy 2019. Let's make sure that all of our lips and eyes and eyelashes are looking so good and on a budget for the next coming year. I have everything you could possibly need for your eyes, for your brows, for your lips. But if you were curious about what to do with the face, you need a good recommendation for a primer, foundation, concealer, powder, blush, bronzer, highlight, all of that good stuff, then make sure to look in the description box and go watch part 1, because I had such good recommendations this year that I literally was like looking at a spread of like 60 plus products and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I know how I can talk about product, and I had to split this up into 2 separate things this year. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do enjoy this, give it a thumbs up. I'll do this again next year. Also, I want to take a moment and encourage you to subscribe. It is free. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Good things will happen in life, and you'll be notified about all of my videos talking about affordable makeup, crappy makeup, luxury makeup, and all the other randomness that is here on my channel Monday through Friday. I am here 5 days a week. So let's dive on in. Let's start with my eyelashes. I, no joke, just ordered 20 of these. This is the Double Up Wispy. Ooh, it makes a tremendous difference when you get the double up pair. I don't know, I'm into it. I think this looks so nice. And the inner corner kind of like flares a little bit toward my nose, which for some reason I feel like, that was a weird thing. I feel like it makes my eyes big. I feel like it makes my eyes just like it just makes them so big, and it's like fluttery, and you cannot feel these. The band is so light. And what I do is I end up just putting a little bit of liner on top. If you're concerned about that band showing through, just conceal it afterward. They're easy to put on. They are not $40. Yay. I really love them. I also really love the Ardell Demi Wispies. I like the length being a bit cat eye and a little bit more volume on the outer edge. I'll end up trimming right here. These apply just like that. If you're a beginner, this is a great lash for you. It's so nice. And I can always count on those lashes to be comfortable, to just look great with any kind of look that you're doing, from, natural to smoky. Okay, let's talk about shadow. Shall we? This is what I'm wearing on my eyes today, and I can't say enough about this palette. This particular one is called the Get Ready With Me palette. How cute is that? This is like the cutest. So I did a video testing out Col-Lab products. I'll link that below. But recently I have just been reaching for this so much. And I feel like every time I use it, I have a great makeup day. It does not crease. There's not a ton of fluff. It blends beautifully. So what I started out with, and this is like simple makeup, you guys, not hard stuff. I took this guy in the crease. I took the dark brown lower crease and really spent time building that up. And then I took this orangey shade all over the lid, all the way into the inner tear duct. And then I took this shade right here underneath my brow bone. And then I took this shade right here and kind of patted it just on the very outer edge right here for a little bit of shine to kind of separate and blend together that orangier shade into this dark shade. That was it. I smudged some of it on the lower lash line. I put a little bit of glitter, which we'll get to, on the inner corner, popped on my lashes, and I looked in the mirror and I was like, my God, that is a beautiful look for $14. And you could probably get it even cheaper because Sally's always has sales. So I just feel like this is my favorite drugstore palette, and I'll probably be stuck right here for a very long time. Another one that I love, and I am wearing this shade underneath the lower lash line. It reminds me so much of the Viseart shade that I love, that I talked about in my luxury video. If you don't want to spend $80 on that, I would just go with like these two, like a little Milani, a little Col-Lab Beauty, and you'll be good. I want to do a series in the future on how to enhance your eye color and different techniques that you can do, because no matter what look I do right now, I find that taking just a little bit, just like a boop, like I've got just a little bit on there, and I'll even like get some of the excess off, and then I'll go under, I'll like literally tuck it under here, and I'll focus mainly on the center, and I'll just smudge. And for me, it just softens. Like if I'm gonna do a smokier look, it softens it up and it adds warmth. Even if I use more chocolatey, rich, leaning, cool tones that are very flattering on my eye, I like to mix in a little bit of that warmth and it changes the whole vibe. So this is such a special shade that's available at the drugstore, and this whole kit right here is stunning. I also super love the number 8 Must Have Metallics. Oh my gosh, it's kind of the same one, but more shiny. This is so pretty, oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. Are you kidding me? Stop it. Let's talk about shiny things for a moment. Who doesn't love that? I'm wearing this one right here. I'm doing that whole thing where I take a little itty bitty brush. This one's from Anastasia, but just about every company makes a brush like this. And I just go like this right here. Instead of hitting right in here, that's not as flattering for my eye shape. Try both and figure out what works best for your eye shape. This just like kind of takes light right to this area here, opens everything up, gives me a nice lift. It has a lot of texture, light, color, and I love this as a liquid glitter shadow. They also have the shade Bare Brilliance. These are their fairy lights. They wear beautifully. They have such spectacular texture and color and just, oh, look at that. These are beautiful. I love a good liquid shadow, and I wanted to show you a few more. My favorites from Flower are the Warrior Glitter Shadows, and the shades that I am just like all about are Flame. Woo, so good. That is a hot, fiery, hot Cheeto glitter inspired color. I think I'm the only person on the planet that literally despises hot Cheetos. Like I felt almost like peer pressured from social because everyone's like, oh, hot Cheetos, I love them. And like, I love jalapeno chips. Like that's my thing. I'm like a red and white striped bag and a little jalapeno. And I'm like, yes, Seattle, bring me the Tim's Cascade. Anyway, I remember like buying a bag of just like flaming hot Cheetos and sitting down and being like, it's Friday night, I'm gonna indulge, and like it getting all over my fingers and being like, ew. And like the flavor is kind of like hot and spicy, but also like processed and buttery and weird, and they kind of smell like feet, which I'm not all about. And I literally, after I ate like half a bag, and like not a big bag, but like, you know, a moderately sized bag, I felt so sick. I literally was like, James, I'm having a heart attack. And he's like, what did you do? And I'm like, I ate hot Cheetos and I hate them. And like literally ever since, I'm just like, game over. This looks like a hot Cheeto. I can wear that every day as eyeshadow though. I love that. The other Warrior shade that I love is Poison. Yes, poison me with your beauty. This is so pretty. You probably want to wear something underneath it. It's not transparent, but you can see like there's a little bit of transparency there, but look at this shade. Right? Drew Barrymore, she's doing a lot of things right with her brand. This is so gorgeous. And then BH Cosmetics has the shade Psych. Psych. Did any of you guys ever say that? Because I did. That's how old I am. I would name this Hypnotic Unicorn because it's hypnotizing. I'm surprised I fell in love with this so quickly and so hard. Sometimes that happens. And then you end up marrying the person. And then you end up being together for 9 years. Dude, me and James, like we fell in love like that. It was just like 2 weeks, done. What did he say at the end of our first date? He was like, so just so you know, I didn't have to call him. It was really cute. It was something like, I already know you're great. Something really, really cute. I want to hear it. I need that right now in my life. So I'm losing my mind.
Hey, baby.
Hey, I have a really random question.
Yes, love.
Do you remember when at the end of our first date ever, you're like, we both have a lot to think about, or something? What did you say?
I had a fantastic time. We both have a lot to think about. I've already thought about it, and I'm in.
Oh yeah, that was right. And I was standing there and I'm like, oh, okay. And then you like kissed me on the cheek and you just like left.
Yeah.
I think I said something really dumb because you had, you know, he had a Hummer, which is a whole other conversation. And I drove like a little teeny tiny Scion. And he's like, I'm all in or whatever. And my response was like, look at my car. It could fit inside of your car.
You're like, wow, that's your car. My car could fit inside of yours. It's all in.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm comparing you to eyeliner and falling in love with it fast. So.
Thank you, baby.
All right, thanks for story time. I could not remember what that was, but thank you. You're cute.
All right, I love you, baby.
All right, love you, bye. Isn't that cute? He says that he fell in love with me like that he saw me and he was like, I knew. And I'm like, that happens? Like, I had to think about it. Like, I needed a minute. He's like, no, you made me nervous. And like, that never happens. And it was weird, but I just knew it. And the one thing, I don't think I've ever said this on my channel, this will embarrass him so much, but it was like the cutest. So he asked me like how my day at work was and everything. And I told him about something, and we had been talking on the phone for a little bit before our first date. And I was like, yeah, I'm like, I had this happen and it went so great. And I think I really like nailed it and got my point across. And he did this like goofy laugh and put his hand up and like wanted to high five. And we had not even sat down at the table. I'm like, is he really trying to high five me right now? Like, who is this guy? But he won me over. He was like the most charming, wonderful man. Like, I am so lucky to have him. Like, when this video goes up, we'll literally be just less than a week away from being together for 9 years, which is so crazy to me. Anyway, wow, I was talking about eyeliner and here we are. I'm talking about my little love story. So here we go. This liner is great. I fell in love hard and fast, which is just the best way to do it. This is something that I have worn over and over, and I gave one of these in a different color to Erica, and she really loves it too. So those metallic liners, like in the waterline, they really show up and they wear beautifully. Another surprise hit that I really hadn't paid attention to at the drugstore that I finally opened up and started using and loving is from Wonder 2. They make the Wonder Brow that you guys know I love quite a bit. This is what I'm wearing in my waterline today. And I just think they have the most unique shades and they're very colorful and they show up beautifully. And I think they're so nice. And the fact that they are drugstore, hello, like come on. That is so nice. They have sparkly ones, metallic ones, matte ones, long wearing, beautiful, A+ in my book. I'm so here for it. The Make Her Jealous liner, G-E-L. So clever, Joa, you're funny. And I think this is probably one of the best smudge resistant, juicy liners. Like it just goes on like if you need to conceal a lash, it's not overly oily, it's not overly firm, it's like the just right scenario, and you can use it in your waterline and it's not terrible. Like a lot of the liners that have that glide, the moment that they collect in your tear duct or you put them in the waterline, like game over. You've got about 10 minutes to look cute and then it's done. It does not happen like that with this one. You might get a little bit of smudging, but it is very minimal and it is such a beautiful liner. I had to give it a shout out. Also, the Wet n Wild On Edge Long Wearing Eye Pencil. I talked about this in my Declutter. I kind of swatched everything and like wandered around and looked at the intensity, how easily things wore off, how easily things smudged of every liner that I had that was black in my drawer. And I narrowed it down like from a lot. And now I just have this little collection that is just like everything's really good and really solid. So if you're curious about that, I'll link that video below as well. Brows from the drugstore are not my favorite. I always will use them and then I will go back to Anastasia or my Dior pencil. I don't know. I have a bad habit of just like using it and being like, and then like going elsewhere. But I do have some good options. So I wanted to give you like the full everything, full meal deal for your face in that other video. And then here for your eyes, brows, and lips. So we're doing it. So I'm sharing with you that the Jordana Quick Brow Micro Pencil is really nice. This will really just kind of do a similar thing to the Anastasia Brow Wiz. It has a really fine tip. I tend to kind of need to do it on its side right here and go through like so. And you get a nice spoolie on the other side. It's really actually pretty great. I also really like the ColourPop Brow Boss. Do they still have these? I was so into these. Oh my gosh, like way back when, this is like all that I would wear in my brow because it gives you like such a nice, soft, but like thin brow hair stroke, and it wears beautifully, and it has kind of a waxy but powdery thing going on at the same time, so you don't have that need to like overblend and ruin the work that you've done creating realistic looking hairs. All right, let's move into lips. Oh wait, no, I have mascara. What is a recommendation that is solid, that I have used over and over and over, that I am impressed more and more and more as time goes by, is any of the Col-Lab mascaras. They are so good. They make you look like you are wearing false lashes. They are buildable. They do not flake. They do not smudge. They do not budge. They are A+. Oh, I didn't even realize I had these in here. These are from Flower Beauty as well. And I wanted to show you guys, my favoriteest palette is this one right here. The other two I've broken, but they're also like, the colors are very beautiful. What I like about these is they're very compact and the colors are so gorgeous. Isn't this beautiful? Yes. Ooh. Yes. This is my shade in everything. I just want a palette of orange and army green. And maybe this. I want to put on a little lipstick for you guys. This is my favorite liner of the year from the drugstore. It's from Milani. And I always seem to talk when I'm putting on my lip liner recently. Hashtag goals, winning, I'm awesome. Look, I didn't mess up. This works with everything. It makes everything look good. It gives you a little definition. It has the right consistency and texture. And I have been a fan of this for many, many years. So this is one of the oddballs in here that I'm just like, I'm sorry, gotta talk about it because I've loved it for so, so long. And it deserves that extra attention because it's so good. Moving into lip products, these are not gonna be for everyone. And that's only because they have a little more of a, not waxy, but they have a slip to them. But I find the colors that CoverGirl has come out with recently to be just so gorgeous and so mesmerizing, and I am here for it. I love it. So I am all about a very good Bold Bear nude. Surprisingly kind of hard to find at the drugstore. A lot of them are chalky and gross. This one has such a nice glide and slip. I am keeping the outer corners bare for a reason. The one I just put on is called Dolce de Leche, and then, isn't that so nice? And then I put on Romance Mauve. And the other one that I love so much is called Champagne. I do have a drugstore lipsticks video that I will link below that has a lot of my favorites. I didn't want to talk about all the same ones again, but they are still in the drawer behind me. A lot of H&M, a lot of Flower Beauty, but this was something I had not mentioned. This is newer and I've been wearing them and loving them. And if you're after a nude lip that does not break the bank, that is beautiful, gorgeous, and not overly chalky dry, then I think you will enjoy these. I also really super love the Makeup Academy lip glosses. Oh my gosh, yes. These are so good. You just feel like you like leveled up when you put a good gloss on. It doesn't matter what you're wearing, it just really gives you power, is what it does, and I love that. I also like a plumping lip gloss, and this one from Hard Candy is the Plumping Serum. I talked about this one so much over the past year. I bought this at Walmart after going to the dentist. A fun little memory tied to this one, and I still use and love it. And I actually went back on a different trip specifically to Walmart to pick up more shades, which I live kind of far from Walmart, so it's kind of like a thing. And then I also wanted to share with you guys the Kokie lip powder in the shade Garnet. These are really beautiful, and for a liquid lip that is at the drugstore, that is not, you know, 20 bucks, 30 bucks. This one is more of a stain, but I mean, like, hello, stop. So pretty, right? So beautiful. Also, Sleek Cosmetics has a very beautiful bright red. I'm gonna put this on right now. This is number 433. I just love the shade of this and how vibrant it is. So the Koki one is more of a wine burgundy. This one is more of like a really bright red. And I just kind of wanted to leave this video maybe with a different lip wardrobe, you know? So with this particular lip shade, you do need to build it up maybe 2 layers, but if you do it before it dries, it actually builds up pretty quickly and the dry down is stunning. It does not get overly sticky or dry your lips out. I never had that feeling the day after where I'm like, ooh, like I need some balm, like this is really like not good. This is one of the very best liquid lip products, matte products at the drugstore, and I cannot say enough. And how stunning is this color? It is so perfect. It's the perfect red. I love it. I'm gonna wear this on Valentine's Day. If you enjoyed this video and all of my recommendations in a style like this, give it a thumbs up. I hope that this gave you, a few new things to check out at the drugstore if you are ever curious about makeup that does not cost an arm and a leg. So we'll leave it at that. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Make sure you're subscribed, ring the bell. I'm here Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. PST. And we are almost done with Favorites Week. I believe I have one more if I've planned this out accordingly. So we're kicking off the new year with a bunch of good. I also posted my worst of the year. So there will be a lot of videos linked in the description box below for your viewing pleasure. But I cannot wait to get rolling into this year, into January. I have so many cool videos that I want to share with you guys. So yeah, stay tuned. Exciting times. And I will be trying more and more makeup over the course of the next year. So there you have it. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.